From the town of Tyngsborough, I'm Rony Camille, and this is Entering Tyngsborough for August 2025. In this episode, we are previewing the town's biggest party of the year, Tyngsborough's Party by the Bridge and Craft Fair, happening Saturday, August 23rd. Alison Page and Steve Fugazzotto from the Recreation and Parks Committee join us to talk food trucks, live music, local vendors, and everything else that makes this event special.
It's a feel-good event for me.
Yeah, 100%.
I love seeing people come out. Sometimes I don't see them until this time every year. And seeing their families and just seeing people enjoy themselves, it makes me feel good that all the work we've been doing up to this point is successful and people are enjoying it and embracing it.
And later in the show, there's a new way to stay connected. It's called The Bridge, a community newsletter produced by the Tyngsborough Public Library. We'll talk with Associate Director and Newsletter Editor Chance Lee Joyner about the library's vision and how you can get involved.
We're all in our own little bubbles, and it's really hard to know what's going on if it's not happening in your immediate social circle.
All that right now on Entering Tyngsborough. Alison, Steve, welcome to Tyngsborough's Front Porch.
Thank you for having us.
Well, Alison, welcome back to Tyngsborough's Front Porch, and Steve, welcome. For the folks that are listening, watching for the first time, if you could introduce/reintroduce yourselves, please.
I'm Alison Page, Tyngsborough Recreation Director.
I'm Steve Fugazzotto. I'm one of the committee members of the Recreation Committee.
And both of you have lived in town for a long time. If you guys are, you're a resident, you're a committee member, you're a resident, you're a staff member. Just to give some context, how long have you been in Tyngsborough, Steve?
I moved in Tyngsborough in 2008, and shortly thereafter joined the recreation department. My kids were younger then. We were involved with some of the sports programs in town, and then decided to get myself a little bit more involved, and brings us to where we are today.
And Alison?
And I moved to Tyngsborough in 1990, and we developed the recreation group. Wasn't even anything that the town had at the time, so there was a group of members that wanted things, so we started a group, and here we are today.
So we're still all blow-ins. So, how's this past year been for you guys? I know we're talking about the biggest event of the year, but how's this past year been? It seems like every year that I see you guys, there's always something bigger.
It is. The community just is really interested in being out and about and being involved with different activities that are going on. I give a lot of credit to Alison and the committee for stepping up and doing as much as we do, because it's only a one staff position and a bunch of volunteers, and it's amazing the stuff that we get done for the community, whether it be the new park or a concert series or children's events or senior events or whatever it might be. But it's been a busy year, and the community has been really embracing it. That's what I see.
Yeah. I think the addition of the park this year was probably, both Steve and I were on the committee for that, and it definitely took up a lot of time, and it was definitely a great experience because we got to hear a lot of feedback from the community as far as that was concerned. So, but yeah, we have a lot going on. It's great.
That's wonderful. And so the biggest party of the year is happening this month, August 23rd, Party by the Bridge. What can residents and visitors expect this year?
Well, it's a little mixture of a tradition that we've created over the past 6, 7, 8 years or so. So a lot of things as far as the layout will remain the same, but the contents, we try to change it up from year to year. So the guests will come in, they will experience food trucks, some are the same, some are new ones. We have our craft vendors, again, some same, some new. Entertainment is always different every year. We do try to change up the entertainment every year just to mix things up, and everyone seems to enjoy the level of entertainment we bring in. The kids' games and the activities always brings the families in as well. So it's just a day-long event, which just brings people in and they stay, and it's something for really everyone. Is there anything that I'm missing for an overview?
No, just the fireworks at the end. So we still have our fireworks
Right.
coming from the barge on the bridge, next to the bridge. So party by the bridge in the Merrimack. So that's the end of our day.
Yeah.
You gotta give us some more, like anything like that's gonna be, that people need to look forward to. Is
Okay.
what I'm getting at.
Well, it depends on what piques this person's interest.
That's fine. There's a
All
whole
right.
plethora of people.
Okay.
So you got
Well,
kids. What?
All right,
what's
let's break it down.
Yeah, let's break it down.
Let's break it down. All right, we're talking about kids.
Yep.
So families come in with kids, all right? As far as admission is concerned, children 12 and under are free. So they can come in and they can experience the entire party. And for the children, we have a petting zoo with pony and horse rides. You can also feed the animals and pet the animals and take selfies with the animals. So there's a whole corner with animals that is always very popular. There are carnival type games that the kids can go and play these games and win tickets for prizes, similar to if you go to Hampton Beach, for example, and you go to the arcade. You win tickets and change those tickets to prizes. Specifically, there's a couple of things that we added this year, which we haven't had before, and it's called a Scarecrow Shooting Gallery.
Interesting.
It's a Nerf inflatable game that you can sign up for to play and create teams, and it keeps track of your score, and the winning team gets tickets. It's kind of neat. It's big. It's like 25 feet big. It's going to stand up on the top of the hill, and it's going to definitely attract attention to people playing with that. We're also going to be having the traditional dunk tank, which everyone loves.
Yes.
That's actually going to be run by the Tyngsborough softball program. So the parents and the kids from the softball program, they get to be part of that, and people come in, and of course, that's kind of a staple. People can come in and dunk people into the dunk tank, and we're going to have a huge rock wall and bungee jumping as well. So that's going to be a fun attraction to the kids. But I would have to say the biggest thing is what's going to be going on the stage.
There we go. Hey, here we go. That's
Okay.
what I want to know. What's
The biggest thing.
Live
I don't even,
entertainment.
should I mention it? I don't know if I should mention it, but I'm going to mention it if you want me to.
Go ahead. This
Okay.
is your time.
All right, so we have two stages. The
Wait,
winds.
this is new.
Two stages. So the first stage is going to be our live bands. It's going to be our concert all day, but we're going to stay with the other stage for right now. This is going to be called the Winslow Performance Stage.
Okay.
So the headliner for the Winslow Performance Stage, which we haven't had before, is going to be a Taylor Swift tribute show. So this woman, her name is Elizabeth. She goes by Elizabeth as Taylor. She's going to do 3 sets on that stage. She's going to come in different costumes, different songs every set. She's interactive with the group. People can sing along, dance along, and it's definitely going to make the vibe of that part of the party just explode. It's going to be so much fun. And then she's going to do a little meet and greet after every set as well. So the kids can come over, take selfies, kind of meet her as well. So that's going to attract a lot of attention.
See, you were trying to hide this from us.
Well, I don't want to spoil all the
there's an element of
surprises.
surprise, but
Yeah.
this is a safe place.
No.
It's a safe place.
And there's other shows going on in between that. There's going to be dance studios doing shows, martial arts doing shows, dog shows. There's going to be other musical performances as well. But the Taylor Swift tribute is going to be kind of the highlight of that stage throughout the day.
Well, that's amazing. I'm looking forward to all of that. We mentioned the food trucks. That's always been a key kind of anchor for this event. You mentioned there might be any new ones in particular that you might want to say that are coming.
Yes, there are, and I'm going to just do this, and then you can jump in and do the
that's
other
fine.
things.
Keep
'cause
going.
I'm
You
doing
got
a
it.
lot of talking. So I wrote down a list because there's a lot of them. So we do have some trucks that have come back from last year, some favorites. Very selective of who we choose because we try to keep every food category independent of each other. We don't want to have 15 food vendors, everyone is selling fried dough. So we try
Right.
to keep it separate along the way. Some of the favorites from last year that's coming back is, for example, Northeast Smokehouse. Everyone loved their barbecue. They actually ran out halfway through. They had to get restocked. They closed their restaurant, their brick and mortar restaurant, to clear out their food, to bring it to the block party so they could reserve our guests for the rest of the day.
That's amazing.
So that was their first year last year, so they are prepared for this year. But they're definitely coming back. That's one of the big ones. One of the newest ones, which we're very excited about, is I don't know if you've ever heard of Cousins Maine Lobster.
No.
They were featured on Shark Tank a few years back, and lobster rolls and seafood. Huge truck coming into the
I take
block
that
party.
back. I have heard of them. I just had their lobster bisque.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great food. Excited to have them join us this year.
Amazing.
As far as types of food, we have some Indian food, Mediterranean food, Asian food, Mexican food, Italian food, seafood, like I mentioned, comfort food, American comfort food, like burgers, hot dogs.
Pizza.
We even have fried mac and cheese balls, which sounds exciting. I want to try that myself, but that's new this year too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. There was a mac and cheese. No, it was a grilled cheese truck one
Yeah.
year. Is she coming back?
A couple years
A
ago.
few years back.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, they're not coming back this year.
Oh, that's a bummer.
But we're having the other one come back. We're having a lot of dessert trucks. Whoopie Wagon, Whoopie Pies, they're coming back. Kona Ice is coming back. Licks Ice Cream is coming back. Berry Sweets, which I don't know if you've ever tried this, but
No.
they've been here since the beginning, and they're always a favorite. They have fresh fruit on a stick covered with chocolate, and it's outstanding. They're like, I always go there. That's my first stop. That's like my appetizer before I jump into everything else.
While you're running around, and,
Yeah.
and
I am. I love this lineup. We spend a lot of time picking and choosing what will be a nice buffet for all types of tastes. So
you guys have curated like the ultimate experience, ultimate summer experience.
we try.
Yeah.
We definitely try. We've gotten our feedback from the community as well as the vendors. You know, every year we like to hear back from both so we can make tweaks and make it a little better every year as we move forward. That's why every year is just slightly a little different, so we can make sure that we get it right.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of other ones that are going to be there as well, but
Okay.
that gives you an idea of
Yeah.
where we're at with the food.
For folks planning to attend, what should they know about, parking, accessibility, just getting to the center of town? Because it's I mean, we've got the whole entire community coming into this, area. What
Yeah.
And
what should
for
they
out
know?
of towners is probably confusing too. You want to take that one?
Sure. So we do have a map on our website, and that's probably the best place to always just go back to. I mean, if something changes, it's going to be posted there. We do our social media posts as well, but the website. So we'll have the parking, which is Notre Dame Academy has a large lot. We have one at Town Hall on Bryant Lane. And this year we are going to get away from busing people. Middlesex Road just is an issue every single year, so we're going to do golf carts. So we will have services with golf carts if you need it. If you don't, our parking is pretty close. You can definitely walk no matter where you've parked. But if there is someone in your party that needs, help with getting down to the party itself, we'll have golf carts available for that we will be driving, obviously, and bring you right down to the gate. So, and we'll have multiple gates again. So there's 3 gates along Middlesex Road. There's a gate on Kendall Road as well. So there's multiple entrances. If you haven't prepaid for a ticket, you can just come in and you can pay cash or pay with credit, either way, and we'll get your band on you and in you go.
And what is the admission fee?
$5.
And why the shift to admission? You guys started that last year.
Yeah.
Let's get that out there for people to understand why there is a fee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, last year we were kind of at a crossroads. It was, do we scale back and go back to a smaller version of what we do, or do we continue on with our growth and giving the community what we had? It just comes down to the end of the day and if you can afford it. So there were things that are very costly that you don't think of.
Such as?
Police detail, porta potties, transportation, signage, bands, music people. The list goes on and on and on. There's just a lot of
behind the scenes
logistics
Sure.
that you just take for granted when you go to an event, that there's going to be porta potties, that there's going to be a place for you to park. So we rely heavily on volunteers because that definitely cuts down our fees. So that was kind of the crossroads. It's like, do we try it and see if the community will accept having to pay a few bucks? And we're not looking to gouge anybody. We just need to cover our costs. And I think that's something that's important for people to know, is this is not funded by the town.
Thank you for saying that. That was going to be one of my questions.
Yes. So this is something that the Recreation Committee puts on. We raise all of our own money. It is not funded one iota by town budget. So we were just kind of at a crossroads. So I think that we were well received. We had, obviously negative feedback, but as well as positive feedback. People understood. They came in and they're like, oh no, we want to pay, or oh no, we want to make an additional donation. So people are happy, I think, to have the event. It's really one of my favorite community things that we do.
And one of the other big things before we charged admission is we charge for parking.
Right.
So
Right.
parking is free now, so we decided to remove the parking fee and now just have admission, and again, 12 and under are free, but $5 in comparison to if you go to other festivals in the area. I think it's the least expensive for the quality of entertainment and the variety of activities that they have. I think it's well worth the $5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned this. It's a big operation and a lot of behind the scenes. What kind of planning does it take to put on an event like this? And how far in advance do you start planning?
As soon as we close the night after our previous year. So we honestly, everyone, we take notes, we come back together. I say we'll probably start in January. We'll start getting our notes together and what, we saw, our tweaks that we need to make. And we do kind of tweak it every single year. So we definitely start planning in January. We open our vendors in February. So be it a food vendor, an alcohol vendor, craft vendor, all open in February. So
Yeah, a lot of the acts that we have, they book at the beginning of the year. They're booking their entire year out. The food trucks are definitely booking their entire year out. I guess the most complimentary thing is when we first started, we were hunting down people to be part of the event. Now in every category, we have wait lists of people wanting to play on the stage, be a food vendor, be a craft vendor, be something like that. So it's hard to get into, and we try to remain loyal to the vendors that sign up from year to year. But we also keep in mind, how we change and kind of adapt from year to year as well. So it's nice we have options.
Mm-hmm.
So how can residents or members of the community, whether volunteers, sponsors, or community partners, help out with this event?
Multiple ways. I mean, volunteering your time is probably number one. We definitely have sponsors that help us make things happen. We have our larger sponsors that sponsor the stage and the entertainment on the stages. Faithfully, we have Denomi Plumbing and Heating and Enterprise Bank annually. They are great community players, not just with us, but in general. And then this year we have Tyngsborough Sports Center, who he always donated, but is now sponsoring our second stage. So we have great participation as far as that's concerned. There is a link on our website. If you're a business, you have a business or a community group that wants to be a sponsor and get signage at the party, you can certainly still do that. We're getting down to it pretty quick, though. We'll be closing that shortly because we have to do all our signage.
Yeah, by the time this airs, it might be very close. So if
Yeah.
you're listening to this, you want to be involved,
Yeah.
don't wait too long.
Yeah.
And for volunteers, we're going to need those volunteers, and those are on the website as well. Partybythebridge.com is the website, and when you click on the volunteer link, it'll give you a lot of options of different items that you can participate in, whether you're a senior, you're adult, your family, your children. There's a little something for everyone, and it definitely takes a village to make this happen.
Yeah, well, we seek over 200 volunteers for the day. I mean, we're reaching, 250 people that we need to volunteer time to make this happen. So,
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. What does community mean to you, especially when you see so many residents and visitors come together on a day like this?
It's a feel-good event for me.
yeah, 100%.
I love seeing people come out. Sometimes I don't see them until this time every year. And seeing their families and just seeing people enjoy themselves, it makes me feel good that all the work we've been doing up to this point is successful and people are enjoying it and embracing it. And then the people that are coming from out of town, I love that just as much because it kind of puts Tyngsborough on the map. I see people coming from I see Burlington, Woburn, Pelham, Drake, like all around the surrounding areas. Somebody even came from Beverly or Hudson, Mass, and they've traveled and make it a destination to be there that day. And so a lot of people make it a tradition themselves to come and visit. That's what it means to me.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think that Steve is our master on our website and our social media. So I think it's funny when you look at people who are commenting. A lot of it is not just Tyngsborough people. A lot of it is, which I love to turn around every once in a while when a band plays, and you just kind of turn around and take a moment and look at the people who are there. Not that I love that it's crowded, but I do love that it's crowded. It's like you just look at the attention that the party has been given by these people. It's pretty great.
Alison, Steve, Tyngsborough Block Party by the Bridge is Saturday, August 23rd, 11 a.m. to sunset, dusk, and fireworks. Partybythebridge.com.
Can I add one more thing?
Oh, absolutely.
Forgot to mention the craft vendors. Can we talk about the craft
absolutely.
vendors? Because that's
Absolutely.
like a huge part
Yeah.
of this. The craft vendors that come in.
How many craft vendors?
Allison, I want you to take care of this because
Yeah.
this is a huge part of the event.
I forgot about the craft vendors.
Yeah, so we have the Middlesex Road area, which is 100% crafters. They are artisan crafters. It's not resale people. It's these people make their craft and come and sell. So
Locally made.
locally made. So there are about 110 of crafters, and then
110?
and then we have up to 140 total vendors. So they are, they could be pampered chefs, they could be resellers. There are a few businesses that are coming in promoting, and then there are other community groups that are. There's a CPR group. There's a Board of Health promoting. Other things, awareness on other things. And so there's a lot of community groups as well as our crafters. But our crafters, I have to say, the number of handmade crafters we get is amazing. So definitely come ready to start your Christmas shopping.
And it's even in the title. It's a music, food, and craft festival.
Yeah.
It really is a huge part of the event.
Yeah.
It takes up a lot of real estate.
After the block party, what else is happening between the end of the year?
Oh, there's more. Allison, would you like to share?
So we have our concert series at Ironwood Park that was new to us this year as well. So once a month on Thursdays, the beginning of each month. So August and September, and then in October we'll have a World Sing Day. But in August and September we'll have live bands free of charge. Come bring your lawn chair and come sit at the pavilion at Ironwood Park. And
Where's that located at?
51 Sherburne Ave, right in the heart of Tyngsborough, where the old country club used to be, the old Tyngsborough golf course. And then we also are coinciding that with a ferry walk event, which you come on the Wednesdays during the month of July. People could come in. And starting on August 7th, we will have little fairy gardens all lined up along the walkway at Ironwood Park. So you can come and do the walk and then come and listen to some music. They're all handcrafted by our residents of town, and they'll be all set up in little like villages, if you will. So again, free of charge, just something fun to come and see if you can find them all.
And is this something that you're inviting kids to dress up as fairies or princesses?
So on the 7th, which will be the day that we open it officially, you can come in your princess outfit. Sure, we'll have maybe some princess wands for you, or fairy wands, we should say. And then there's a photo op that you can become a fairy and take your picture in that. So it should be fun, something new.
Very good.
Is the ferry walk along the pathway
Yes.
of Ironwood?
Yes.
So you can walk around and see the different scenes?
Yeah, and it's accessible. So if you have a stroller or if you have wheelchair issues, you can also get all the way around and see everything.
Ironwood sounds like a magical kingdom.
There you go. We hope so.
Alison, Steve, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that was music from Far, a rock group pop cover band based out of Drake It. And you can check them out live at this year's Block Party by the Bridge event and craft fair happening on Saturday, August 23rd. And they'll be the main headliner on the main stage at that event. And shout out to Dave Paquette, who was once in the media department here in Tyngsborough back in 2009. And now we turn the page literally. There is a new way to stay connected in Tyngsborough, and it all comes from a familiar place, your public library. It's called The Bridge. It's a community newsletter that blends stories and town updates and local voices into one beautiful newsletter. And with us is Chance Lee. He's the associate library director and editor of this newsletter, The Bridge, to talk about the project and the vision and its plans. Chance Lee, welcome to Tyngsborough's Front Porch. How are you?
Thank you. I'm great. Thank you for having me.
So, what is The Bridge, and what inspired the library to launch it?
Yeah, so The Bridge is our new community newsletter that will provide information on municipal and community events that benefit the residents of Tyngsborough. And pretty much everybody in Tyngsborough knows and remembers Neighbor to Neighbor, which was a community newsletter started by Ann Paquin in 1983, and it ceased publication last year. So RIP, Neighbor to Neighbor, pour one out for Neighbor to Neighbor. Everybody's missing Neighbor to Neighbor. And the library saw an opportunity to fill the very large gap that was left behind in its absence. And this does fit with our library's mission as a community center by connecting people in the community to events that they might not have even known existed. And we can't do everything that Ann did with Neighbor to Neighbor, but we're still doing all we can to make it a vital resource for the town.
Absolutely. And why The Bridge? Why the name of The Bridge? How'd that come about?
Well, we needed a name that wasn't just like the Tyngsborough Town Newsletter. We needed something fun. And whenever I think of Tyngsborough, I think of our bridge, the Tyngsborough Bridge. It's a bridge with a Wikipedia page. How many bridges can say that, you know?
Right.
It's the longest bridge of its kind in Massachusetts. And so we tossed that out during a brainstorming session and it stuck. And then, you know, symbolically, it's also a bridge that connects people in our town.
I love it. How does this feel different than your standard? Because you guys do updates, regular updates as a department. How does this project or this newsletter feel different than your regular standard communication?
Yeah, so we had our own library newsletter, and we still do. That's just for events that we're putting on in the library. It has new releases, it has programs that are coming up, information like that. So the bridge is intended to reach out into the community and connect people with events that the community is doing. So like I said, it's a platform for municipal departments as well as any nonprofit organizations to submit events that they want to promote.
And so how can people submit things or pitch things to be covered in the publication?
We have a page on our website, tinglib.org/bridge. That's TYNGLIB.org/bridge. You can go there to not only subscribe, you can download past issue, soon to be issues, but we've only had one, but you can download the past issue and you can submit your events there as well.
In the library director's, the inaugural issue, it was described as like a platform to spotlight people and amplify perspectives. How do you unpack that? How do you, what's the goal? I mean, this is kind of a pilot for you guys, right?
Correct.
You're testing it out for how many months?
We are doing a 6-month pilot program during which it will just be available digitally on our website and via email, and then we'll have a limited number of print copies available at the library and at different places throughout town. We are hoping, as this process after 6 months, maybe not immediately after 6 months, but we're hoping to eventually mail this newsletter out to residents in the town once we're able to acquire funding for that and reach even more people, similar to Neighbor to Neighbor.
So you're getting ready, for August. We're in August. How do you guys put it all together?
Yeah. So we have a really small staff at our library. We're all very dedicated, and we're tackling this in addition to everything else. So we put it together a little bit at a time. We ask for people to submit events on the 10th of the prior month. So if people want something, say, in our October issue, they'll want to get that into us by September 10th. And that gives us plenty of time to get everything together.
Okay. One thing I did notice in the inaugural issue was you guys went back in time a little bit. There was a photo of the Littlefield Library, I think maybe from when it was first built. Are you going to be adding a little bit nuggets of Tyngsborough history, each kind of going back in time or featuring some of Tyngsborough's history?
I would love that. We've got so many great photos. We've got all the old town reports. There's a lot of Tyngsborough history that we could bring back to show people that people might not know about, especially if they've just moved to town or aren't aware of the long-standing history of Tyngsborough.
And what's the feedback been so far since you've launched about a month ago?
Yeah, we got a really nice email from somebody who said that thanks to the newsletter, she thought that this makes the town more of a town, keeping people glued together with the knowledge of what's happening. And she said that the library is an important place and it draws people towards this central hub. We didn't even pay her to say that. She just said that. She just emailed that. So it was very kind of her.
You want to share? You want to give this person a shout out while you're here, or no? You want to keep them anonymous?
I'm not sure if she, wanted to be. I'm sure she's a lovely person, but I don't want to, put her out there.
Okay.
And we've gotten other feedback for things people might want to see us do in the newsletter as well. So we are taking everybody's feedback into consideration during this pilot program. So if you've got things that you want to see in the bridge that we're not already doing, let us know, and we'll do what we can.
You want to give us a little sneak peek at what's coming up in maybe August, September?
Yeah. So in August, we've got a few exciting events that have already been submitted to us. There is a silent book club that's being held at the Epigram Brewery. Are you familiar with the silent book club?
I am not.
So it's a great book club, and I say this as one myself for like socially awkward, anxious people.
You know you're not. What are you talking
See,
about?
I fooled you. I fooled you. It's great. I'm good at fooling people. But no, so what it is, you bring whatever book you want to read, and you sit there and you read quietly, and then there's opportunities to mingle after if you'd like.
But you're not talking about the book.
You can talk about the book you brought and, chat with people about books in general.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that's happening at the Epigram Brewery in Tyngsborough. We have our Tyngsborough Republican Town Committee meetings will be advertised in the newsletter, so people will know when and where those are each month. And we have a nonprofit organization submitted their event. They're called STEP, which stands for Special Teams for Exceptional People.
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with them.
Our past police chief was Rich Howe was very actively involved. The police department is very actively involved in that.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I was really excited to learn about it. They've got a bike run fundraiser coming up. The poster for the event also advertised something called the ever popular Hillbilly Water Slide. So I am really curious to know what that is.
Oh, you got to go check it out. It's a thing. It's a thing in town.
Have you done the Hillbilly Water Slide?
I've not. I've seen pictures.
Okay. Is it just like a giant slip and slide?
It is a giant slip and slide.
I can't wait. I love that. So I've already learned just from putting the newsletter together, and I hope these events will be exciting for the people who read it too.
What, putting this together, you're the editor and Catherine is like the big editor, right?
I'm the baby editor, yeah.
Well, I was looking at the masthead. I'm like, okay, I see how this is. What's been the most rewarding portion of it, of putting this together?
Yeah. The feedback that we've gotten from people has been great. Seeing more events come in, even though we're only on the second month, has been great. So I'm hoping to watch it continue to grow. And just working together, we've got a good team on our staff that's doing it, and we're all doing a little bit. So having a new project to work on that gets seen by a lot of people is also really rewarding.
And I must ask, because I ask every single town employee that appears on this program, you started out as our children's librarian, and then you were promoted to the assistant town librarian. What is coming to work for you like working here in Tyngsborough?
That's a great question. I really like the community here in Tyngsborough. I like the staff at the library. Everybody who works here does a really good job, I think, of making people feel included. And now that our air conditioning's fixed, it's also like I know what to wear to work too, which is also really helpful.
That's very true. And one last thing. Two more questions for you. So, you talk about the cease of the neighbor to neighbor. Can you talk about how a publication like yours is really important for this community?
Yeah, I think personally, in this age, our digital age, there's so many different platforms, we're all in our own little bubbles, and it's really hard to know what's going on if it's not happening in your immediate social circle. So I think having something like this lets you know what is going on in the town, and ideally find something that you didn't know existed or wanted to be a part of, and find the time and the venue to be a part of that.
And lastly, where can folks again find the bridge?
That'll be tinglib.org/bridge.
Okay. Chance Lee, Associate Director of the Tyngsborough Public Library and Editor of the Bridge. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And that is going to do it for this episode of Entering Tyngsborough. You can learn more about the Tyngsborough Party by the Bridge and craft fair by visiting partybythebridge.com. And you can learn more about the Bridge newsletter by visiting the Tyngsborough Public Library at tinglib.org. As always, thanks for your interest in your community. You can learn more by visiting the town's website at tyngsboroughma.gov. For the town of Tyngsborough, I'm Rony Camille. Thanks for joining us. And until next time, wishing you the best of goodbyes.